Welcome to webinar ESS C3, point-to-multipoint configuration with ProNODE and CPE.
In this session we are going to see how to create a point-to-multipoint using on side A one 2456.2 device and on side B one 125 CPE device. We divide this session in 5-point layout, configuration steps, device A configuration, device B configuration, and finally test and practice on the point-to-multipoint we created. We start with the first point, layout. We are going to use two devices. On side A, one 2456.2 device with an omnidirectional antenna working the 5 GHz connected to the wireless 0 radio interfaces. On the side B we are using a ESS 125 CPE, and the layer 1 configuration is the following. We are creating a logical radio interfaces type access point on side A and a logical radio interfaces type station on side B. We are connecting the Ethernet of the A devices to our PC that has this IP address, and on side B we are connecting the Ethernet of the CPE to another LAN. The layer 1 configuration of the radio link is this one, SSID hotspot 5, channel 5.6 GHz, operational mode AH, and security A2 AES pre-shared key. The layer 2 configuration is the following. We create a bridge on side A devices. This bridge or switch interfaces is made by ATH0, so the radio logical interfaces, and ETH0, so the Ethernet logical interfaces. On the side B, we create a bridge switch that is made by ATH0 and the Ethernet logical interfaces. After that, we assign an IP address to these two logical interfaces bridge that is used for management. Configuration steps. In order to configure each part of our network, we need to follow these simple steps. With yellow label, we sign all the steps that concern layer 1, with green layer 2 and with orange layer 3. So the first part will be configure the physical interfaces we want to use. The second step will be the creation of the logical interfaces we want to use. And we pass to configure the logical interface we created. We will talking of layer 1 configuration, so we will configure radio and security tabs. The following steps will be the creation of the logical interfaces, in that case the bridge or switch, and the last passage, layer 3, we will assign an IP address to this new layer 2 interfaces, bridge or switch, in order to access the devices for management. Now we will redo this configuration step for each devices. Device A configuration. Now we are going to connect directly to A device that we assume is related to the factory default. I connect directly my PC to the PoE connector that is connected to the Ethernet 0 of these devices. Using a web browser, I put the default IP address and I'm connecting to the A devices. The credentials are the same as the C1 session, so admin as user and default as password. Now I'm going to follow the 5 steps for configuring the devices. Layer 1 steps. We start with a point, so we configure the physical interfaces. In this case, we are using the wireless 0 interfaces, so devices wireless 0, country code Italy, distance 1 kilometer, operational mode AH, so 5 GHz. We deselect AC key fast rate for the point-to-multipoint application. Channel, we decide to use 5.6 GHz and finish. When we finish the configuration of each page, we need to click apply on the bottom. Step B, creation of the logical interfaces we want to use. Interfaces, wireless. We need to create on the physical wireless 0 a logical interfaces type access point in ID 0 that is the same as the physical interfaces. We could create it and now we have a new logical interfaces ATH0. Step C, layer 1, configuration of the logical radio interfaces. The layer 1 configuration of the logical interfaces are radio and security tabs. Radio, so we select as a SSD hotspot 5. We set X as this power, the maximum power, 18.5 for this type of device. And we set the other parameter as optimized for point-to-multipoint application AP side, so access point side. Inter-radio bridge enable, trunk and point-to-point link disable, hide SSD disable, RTS CTS disable, frag disable, max hardware drive 13, background scanning enable, client is enable, disable. Atheros parameter, fast frame mode disable, burst mode default, extended range disable, compression default. Wireless multimedia enable. We apply the bottom and we pass to the security tabs. The security is WPA2 AES pre-shared key. We have also another type of authentication, the EAP for the radius authentication. Now, in our example, we are using a pre-shared key, and the passphrase is essential. We click apply on the bottom. We finished all the layer 1 configuration, so we finished A, B, and C steps.